I will mute you guys, and this will be a mixed level class, and I'll give you options to make things harder or easier depending on how you feel. Feel free to unmute yourself at any point if you would like. And let's start standing. I'm just going to adjust my camera. Perfect. So starting standing with your feet together. Well done. Perfect. Feet together, turn your heels out to the corners of the room, fronts of the feet to follow. Soft through the knees, bring the hands to the hips, sending the hips all the way back and all the way forward, all the way back and all the way forwards, all the way back, all the way forwards, and then into your midway point between the two, straightening up through the legs, hands to the outside of the ribs, big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking your arms down by your sides, roll the shoulders. And remembering your golden thread from the base of your skull, pulling you up nice and tall. Turn the head side to side. And down to the floor, up to the ceiling. And back to center, hands to the shoulders, circle the elbows around. And reverse the direction. Fingertips together, soft through the knees, twisting around as far as feels good in your spine. And back to center, hands on the hips, lifting one leg up, circling your hip open. And reverse the direction. Holding the leg up, point and flex the foot. And gently place it down. Let's change sides. Other leg up, circling it open. And changing direction. Holding the leg up, point and flex the foot. And gently place it down. Let's take those feet into Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Rising up onto the tiptoes and down. You can bring the arms in, lifting the arms as you rise up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and hold, circle those arms around. And reverse the direction. Perfect, and coming down. We're going to go into a little squat and lunge combination. So we're going to start with feet out nice and wide. So take the feet out really nice and wide. You can turn the toes out. We're going to come down into a plie squat. So wide squat with your arms in cactus. From here, we're going to turn the feet over to one side. So you're looking to the side, and then bring your back leg up. So bring the knee into the chest. Take the arms back behind you. Gently step back into that lunge, into the plie squat, and then turn to the opposite direction. Take the knee into the chest, arms back, and step back into your lunge, into the squat. Feel free to continue at your own pace. So it's plie squat to lunge, back knee in, lunge, and squat. Well done. Bit of balance, bit of strength. Again, feel free to speed it up, but try not to compromise on balance. You want to really hold those little pauses to work on that balance. Well done. Can't tell if that's snow or sleet. Either way, it looks cold. Let's do a few more of these, 2 more each side. Warming the body up. Keeping low in the legs for more work. Let's do 1 more each side. Well done. Coming back to your plie squat, hands to the hips and pulse. Take a breather if you need it. Otherwise, pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, come to the back of your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to the side of the head. Twist to face your left foot. Roll down towards your left foot. Taking a big breath in at the bottom. Exhale, gently uncurl yourself back up. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Rolling down towards that right foot. Pausing at the bottom, big breath in. Exhale, soft knees as you roll yourself back up. Arms down by your sides, roll the shoulders, big breath in. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling down as normal. Pausing at the bottom. Letting the head hang heavy. And then gently walking those hands forward to plank with a little bend in the knees. Holding your plank with your legs out nice and long. Your navel drawn in. Well done for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower the knees and come down into your shell with your knees wide. Pressing the palms down into the mat. Perfect. Calming up, let's come into box position. So we've got hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale to arch the spine. And exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And then we are going to go for a little push-up and core combination. So the easiest way to go for the push-ups is to turn the hands ever so slightly in on each other, and from your box position, we're just going to bend the elbows, bring the chest down to the mat, and then come back up. And that's option 1. Option 2 is to take the knees further back into your more traditional press-up position. You can even do this with your feet and with your knees up in your full plank for your push-up. So we're going to do push-up, and then if you're up on your knees or feet, then you're going to lift those knees up off the mat, come into your plank, gently lower down, and then push up. So option 2, skip the plank. We're going to go for plank, push up, or we can just do these slightly easier modified push-ups, whichever feels better for you. Keep the navel drawn in. Keep breathing. Nice and slow and controlled. Well done. Let's keep going for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's come down onto our forearms. Step your knees back. You can be either in a modified plank position with your knees down, or you can tuck the toes and hover your knees off the ground in your low plank position. Make sure you're pushing up through the shoulder blades. And from here, we're going to dip those hips over side to side. Keep the navel drawn in, dip the hips over side to side, to side, and side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can either continue as you're going or you can go for leg pulls. So from here, you're going to lift one leg up, place it down, lift the other leg up, place it down, alternate legs, lift and lift, lift and lift. One more each side, lift and lift. Gently lower the knees down, come back into your shell, take a breather. Well done. And back to your box position, your low box with your elbows down. We're going to work the glutes a little bit. So let's make sure in this position that your tailbone is not fully tucked under, but just make sure you're not letting your hips go back too much so your bum's sticking up in the air. Keep the navel drawn in and pushing up between those shoulder blades. I realize I'm blending into the bed a bit, so I apologize for that. Hope you can see me roughly. We're going to start with the left foot, the left leg. We're going to straighten out the left leg and lift and lower that leg. Lift and lower. Little pause at the top. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot, take the knee down and up, down and up, down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Take your hands up. Continuing with the left knee, we're going to take the left knee to the elbow and then take it back behind you. Left knee to left elbow, back behind you. Left knee to left elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the knee down. Well done. Come back down onto your forearms. We're going to go for the right leg now. Straightening out the right leg. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot, take the knee down and up, down and up, down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are going to come up onto those hands and we're going to take the right knee to the right elbow and then back behind you. Right knee to right elbow, back behind you. In and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently place it down. Well done. Come to lie down on your front on the mat. Perfect. So we're going to start off in Sphinx with your elbows underneath your shoulders, squeezing the glutes. If it feels good to do so, you can straighten the arms and come up a bit higher. Keep squeezing the glutes. Well done. And hold for 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So we're going to go for We're going to raise upper body first and then lower body. Take your arms into cactus, so elbows bent. And we're going to start off with upper body only, squeezing the glutes nice and firmly. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift the upper body in this position, high as you can. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Keeping your head down. You can turn your head one way or the other, but try and alternate here and there so that the neck doesn't get stuck in one position. We're going to go for the lower body. So separate your legs ever so slightly wider than you normally would have them if you were doing swimming. We're going to take a deep breath in, squeeze the glutes, exhale, lift the legs only. So lift those legs up off the mat, keeping the head and shoulders down, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the legs. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift the legs. Inhale, lower, 2 to go. Lift those legs. And lower, final time, lift. And lower, fantastic. From here, we're going to go upper and lower body at the same time. So with the arms in your cactus position, big breath in through the nose. You can take this one out if you fancy a breather, that's absolutely fine. Or we're going to lift upper and lower body at the same time in this kind of star shape. Big breath in, exhale, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. Lift, and lower, 2 to go. Lift, and lower. Lift, and lower, fantastic. Pushing yourself up and over, let's come to seated. Perfect. Take your legs out nice and wide, flexing the feet. First of all, leaning forward with straight legs and a straight back to open out the groin a bit in the back of the legs. And coming up, imagine you're holding onto a beach ball. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, push that ball away. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forwards, push that ball away. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, push that ball away. Inhale, center, 2 to go. Leaning forwards as far as you've reached, hold. Inhale, back to center, final time. Exhale out. Inhale, back to center. And let's come to lie down on your right hand side. Perfect. On your right hand side. So we're going to start with a little bit of plie legs. So make sure your hips are stacked, make sure your navel is drawn in. Take your feet to Pilates V. So mainly that's just that external rotation of the top leg, so the feet are in the V position. And then we're going to trace your toes along up into your knee. You're going to straighten your leg, bend your leg, and trace back down. Pointed toes. So we're going to trace along to the knee, straighten, bend, and down. Let's do 6 more. Trace along, straighten, bend, and down for 5. Keep breathing for 4. For 3. 2 to go, for 2. And 1. Well done. Keeping those feet together, big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lift both the feet off the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift. And lower. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that top leg to hip height. We're going to take bottom foot up and down, up and down, up and down. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bend those knees. Push yourself up and over. Let's come to lie down on the left-hand side. Head resting on the arm, legs are out straight. We can do the same thing on the other side. So starting off with that Pilates V with the feet, so turning the heels together. Trace your toes along to your knee. Straighten, bend, and down. Well done, keep moving. And down. For 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. And 2. And 1. Taking those feet together, big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lift the feet together and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Halfway. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding the top leg to hip height. We're going to take bottom foot up and down, up and down, up and down. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bend your knees and then come to lie down on your back. Perfect. So we're going to start off with the feet flat on the floor, about hip distance apart. Just gently pressing that lower back into the mat. And from here, we're going to go for 3 spine curls. So tilt your hips towards your shoulders and then gently initiate the movement, pushing into your heels, peeling your spine sequentially off the mat up into your shoulder bridge position. And then gently peeling back down. If you'd like to add the arms into it, you can. As your hips lift up, your arms can go overhead. And then as you come back down, the arms come down. Just finding that nice coordination. As your arms come up, try and prevent the ribs from flaring out. So keep your navel drawn in. Keep everything in nice and tight. So arms go up as you come up, arms come down as you come down. And let's take one more like this. And then keeping the arms down, we're going to go for little steps. So the steps are going to be forwards with the left, forwards with the right, back with the left, back with the right, and then change sides. So whichever foot you step out with, you're going to step in with it, and then next time lead with the other foot, if that makes sense. So it's going to be little steps forwards and back. So you want to be up into your shoulder bridge position. From here, squeezing the glutes, you're going to step one foot forward, then the other, step one foot back, then the other, then change the dominant foot. With these little steps, the further out that you step, the more you're going to be working into the back of the leg, the harder it's going to be. Try and keep your hips nice and high, squeezing the glutes. Little steps forward and back. Don't worry if you don't get the footwork perfectly, it's just trying to make sure we're even. Well done. Keep stepping. And stepping. Keep going, keep those hips nice and high. For 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Gently peel yourself back down. Take a moment, take a breather. Big breath in. We're going to come back up into our shoulder bridge position. Option now, easier option, is we're just going to lower the hips straight down and then lift them back up so you can feel that your glutes are working. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can lift one leg up, lift one knee into your chest, holding onto your knee, and you're going to lift your hips up and down with the added challenge of lack of balance, as you're only on one leg. So we're going to do 8 on one side and then 8 on the other. So we're going to lower and lift for 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to change sides. So the other leg comes down, hug the other knee into the chest. And we're going to lower and lift for 8 for 8. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Coming up onto your forearms, so you're kind of in a slightly modified version from lying down. So you're resting on your forearms. Take the legs up into tabletop, point the toes, drawing the navel in. We're going to go for toe taps. So leg goes down and up, down and up. Keep going with your toe taps, down and up, down and up. 4 more each side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the feet down, take a moment. We can either repeat as we just did, or we can do this with the legs out straight. We're going to go down and down for 8. So we'll do 4 each side. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keeping the knees bent, we're going to take the knee to the side and side, side and side, side and side for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Excellent. Gently bring yourself back to lie down on your back. Perfect. You can either keep your feet down for a slightly easier version, take your feet into tabletop for a slightly harder version. If your legs are in tabletop, try and glue the legs together. We're going to go for 3 Pilates crunches up. So hands behind the head, slow, slow, slow as you bring your upper body up off the mat. So for 3 of those, and then we're going to lower both the legs down together for 3. So it's 3 and 3. So we do slow exhale, lifting up for 3, and then lower the legs either bent or straight for 3. Nice and slow, making sure that lower back stays glued to the mat. Well done. And then again, 3 lifts up, upper body, and then 3 lower body. Perfect, well done. Keep going. Let's do 2 more rounds. You've got this. Well done. Perfect. Looking good. I think we're on our final round. When you've completed the final round, hug your knees into your chest. And take a little rock side to side. Well done. Excellent work. Made it through. Excellent. Taking those feet down to the mat, let's cross the left ankle over the right knee and either pushing that knee open to a right angle or hug the knees into the chest. And let's change sides. Right ankle over left knee. And then taking it down, hug the left knee into the chest. And then you're going to use your opposite hand to very gently pull the knee across the body towards the mat, trying to keep your shoulders both on the floor. So prioritize the shoulders. Look towards your opposite hand. Hug both your knees into your chest. Picking up the opposite knee now, hugging it into your chest, and then pulling over across the body, keeping the shoulders down. Perfect, back to center, hug your knees into your chest. And then rolling over onto your side, pushing yourself up to seated. Take those legs out in front of you and then bend one in, flex the foot on the leg that's stretched out and lean forwards, keeping a flat back, leading with the chest rather than the nose. And back up, let's change size. Flexing the foot, leaning forwards, leading with the chest. And back up to center, folding the legs in. Place your left hand or forearm down on the mat, whichever you can achieve, keeping your sit bones on the ground, and then lean the other arm overhead. And then up and over, right hand or forearm down, other arm overhead. And back to center. Take your feet in together. Holding onto your feet or holding onto your ankles, pushing your knees down, leading with the chest. And back up. Let's come to kneeling. Step 1 foot forwards. Hands down to frame the foot. Back knee back as far as you can. Hands can either stay down, come up to the knee, or come to the lower back to push your hips forward and down. And gently place your hands down, take the foot back, other foot forwards, hands down to frame it. Foot back, knee back, sorry. Hands can stay down, come up to the knee or come to the lower back to push the hips forward and down. And gently step the foot back. With your knees and feet together, come into a low kind of squat position, heels up off the mat, and then gently leaning back a little bit, finding a good balance point. Have your hands down to support you. As you feel the sense of your heels pushing down towards the mat, you should get a nice stretch up the back of the lower leg. You might have to play around a bit to find the perfect point for this stretch for you. And then gently pushing yourself up to standing from there. Taking one arm up and overhead. Stretching out the tricep. And the other side. And then one arm across the body. On the other side. Interlacing those hands and fingers behind the back. Push the chest forwards as the hands come away from the body. And then tilting forwards, hinging forwards at the hips, hands up to the ceiling. Try and relax the head. And then stay in your forward fold, gently release the hands, take them down in front of you. Relax the hands, relax the head. Bend the knees and roll yourself up to standing. Roll the shoulders. Taking a hold of one foot back behind you to stretch out your quad, your thigh. Hold on to something if you feel the balance is a little bit off. Try and get the knees level and push the chest and the hips forwards. And gently place it down. Let's change sides. And gently place it down. Make sure your feet are hip distance and parallel. Place your palm against the back of your hand. Lift the hands up. Keep the arms in line with the ears as you circle round. Feeling everything circling. And reverse the direction. Fingertips together, elbows wide, soft through the knees, twisting around side to side. Back to center, roll the shoulders. Shake yourself out and have a fantastic sleety Thursday.